Summer is always surprising me in just a bit. It's mid-July. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rain. I make lifestyle, productivity, fitness content, and a little bit of books sprinkled in between. And if that's the type of content, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. So this week has been a cold freaking week in South Africa. Like, it's been cold, guys. It's been cold. But anyway, I needed some time to myself, some time to absorb the cold and just accept that it's winter now and be in the winter mood. Okay, so here we are looking all cozy and comfy and in bed. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I thought I should come on here and give you guys like a mid-year book review of all the books that I've read so far. And I'm not like somebody who reads like 10 books a month or even 2 books a month or just a lot of books a month, but I just enjoy reading. So I read for enjoyment. I don't read to increase the number of books I read every time and to make reviews every single time or anything like that. Okay, I just read because I love it and I enjoy it. So let's get down to my mid-year book review. Okay, so in the beginning of the year, I was reading a lot of Emily Henry, because it was like summertime, you know, almost January, February. It's still summer here, so I was still like in the summer read mood. So I read Beach Read and Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I did give like obviously a breakdown of the books as I was reading, but now I'm just gonna give you like an overall review of the book. Okay, so let's start with Book Lovers. Okay, I have like a list that I made here of all the things I want to tell you guys about the books without giving you all spoilers, because I feel like the spoilers out there, I don't know whether it's intentional or not, but there's just some people who can't give a book review without a spoiler, and I don't like it, because if I'm gonna read a book and you've already given me like the main plot twist and things like that, you're just kind of ruining it for me, you know? I didn't go like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I already knew that. So I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'll try to keep things not spoiler. Okay, so this one is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. It reads, Nora is a cutthroat literary agent at the top of her game. Her whole life is books. Charlie is an editor with a gift for creating bestsellers, and he's Nora's work nemesis. Woo! So already, you know, there's gonna be a little bit of like push and pull thing between Nora and Charlie. Nora has been through enough breakups to know she's the one men date before finding their happily ever after. To prevent another dating dud, Nora's sister persuades her to swap her city desk for a month's holiday in Sunshine Falls. It's a small town straight out of a romance novel, but instead of meeting sexy lumberjacks, handsome doctors, or cute bartenders, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie. Okay, so that's like the synopsis of the book, right? So obviously, like they said, it is like staged in a small town called Sunshine Falls. It's of course like a fictional town, so it doesn't really like exist. And okay, so my strengths, what did I like about the book? I think it gives like a deep bond between sisters, because it is a romance novel, but you also get to see Nora's relationship with her sister, how they grew up and how they're attached to each other, and how that sometimes kind of hinders the little sister from growing and how it affects their relationship, you know, all of that. So like you get to see like a lot of family and sibling dynamics and relationship and bonding and all of that. Okay, and the dialogues are amazing. I think for 2 of the books that I've read by Emily Henry, her dialogues are amazing. It just feels like everyday conversations that we'd have with anybody, and it's funny, it is witty, it is sarcastic, like yeah, it's everything all in one, and it's not too much romance, but it's also a little bit of life, a little bit of people trying to make it work, and it's kind of not working as they would like it to, but it's just they're just getting by, you know. It's not people who are doing too much and you just can feel that, nah, this is just another romance novel where, you know, it's just, for me anyway, okay. So would I rate it? Would I say you should read it, book lovers? Yes, read it. But don't go into it expecting like a crazy super plot twist or anything like that. It's not like a thriller. It's not like any of those things. Okay, it's romance, funny. It is witty, you know, like you get to cry a little bit when they tell you like this story, where they come from, how they grew up together, how they always had each other's backs and all of that. So if you're looking for like a funny, strong family values and romantic type of thing, this is for you. Okay, if you want to laugh, you want to cry, you want to feel comfy, you want to feel cozy and fall in love with falling in love again, it's for you. Okay, read Book Lovers. So I'll be rating it like a solid 4. Yeah, I think I'll give it like a solid 4, like a 4. It's not like a 5-star read, it's like a solid 4, because obviously it's not like meeting all expectation and exceeding them. So I'm giving it like a 4. And then we move on to beach reads. And okay, let's see. January is a hopeless romantic who narrates her life like she's the lead in a blockbuster movie. Gus is a serious literary type who thinks true love is a fairy tale. Nobody likes Gus, by the way, okay? But January and Gus have more in common than you think. They are both broke, they have crippling writer's block, and they need to write bestsellers before summer ends. The result, a bet to swap genres and see who gets published first. The risk, in telling each other stories, their worlds might be changed entirely. Now I remember. Oh, this book was so fun. This book was fun. So January had to move to a home, like a, I want to say like a home next to the beach that her dad left her after he passed on. And upon moving there, she ends up becoming neighbors with Charlie. No, not Charlie, with Gus. She ends up being neighbors with Gus. And all that dynamic. Like, they now remember how they were like, I want to say like nemesis from varsity. They never got along, and now this guy's here. What is he doing here? I thought he was like married, and yeah. Okay, guys, I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. Okay, so let me just stick to what I had prepared for you guys. Okay, so I already told you guys this about it, and yeah, of course, they meet together, and then they're both like suffering from a writer's block, but because they like rivalries, but in a sense of they have different perspective when it comes to love, you know. Like Gus is the type that's like, no, there's no such thing as like fairy tale true love type of thing. Like, love is hard, love is tough, like, you know. And then January grew up in a home where there was love, there was romance, there was flowers every now and again, they were kissing, there were parents dancing and cooking, you know, almost that type of love. So her books have always been based on that, right? But then something happens in the book, which I'm not going to tell you, but then it sort of kind of changes her perspective on all of that. So when she meets Gus, now they're together, and then they get to like kind of share their stories, and then Gus gets to see that, okay, no, like there's substance to January. It's not just writing about nothing. Like love stories, like romance, are not like romance novels are not just nothing. Like, there's substance to writing a novel, a romantic novel as well, you know. So they meet, and then they decide, okay, Sharp, you write a novel, and then I'll write your literary style books, and then we'll see how we do it, because now you're saying mine doesn't take any research to do, and then I'm saying that no, yours is just fluffy things, there's no substance to it. So that's what basically happens between the two of them. They like switch, and then that one writes her style, he writes his style, and then yeah, the rest is history. Obviously they fall in love, because it's not a love story if they don't, okay? And that is not a spoiler, because if you're reading a love story, like a romance novel. Of course you're expecting them to be together at the end. How? I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to watch that for yourself. So I definitely loved it. And then let's go back to like the vibe I was getting from it. It was funny. Obviously there was a bit of romance there, obviously a bit of crying, because you get to see where Gus comes from. Like, Gus is divorced, and then you get to see what happened, how it happened, like what he's battling with right now. And then you get to see January, how January ended up in that home by the beach, and the history between her dad passing on, and all the things that were left by their dad. And like you cry, and then you come back and you're like, oh, you read again, and then you cry again, and then you read, and like, oh, this is so heartfelt, this is so nice. But yeah, anyway, this was nice. I think I enjoyed beach reads more than I did book lovers, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like I enjoyed that one more than I enjoyed book lovers. So what rating did I give it? Right, I would say I gave it like a 4.5, because like I said, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed book lovers. I think it's because I felt like this one had more of it was more emotional, and the stories that they were giving us and telling us about Gus and January, their history, where they are now, their mental state, and everything that they're trying to accomplish in life, and all of that. Like, it's just there was more backstory than just the romance itself. So whenever I read something like that, it takes me in. It can like keep and grasp, and it keeps me intrigued when it's like that. But if it's something that's like, just romance, like it's all centered around them being all mushy and nicey, and it's just romance, and then there's like, doing it every time, it gets boring. But this one was just amazing. It was nice. Everything was paced in the right way, and then everything gets revealed little by little, and yeah, I really loved beach reads. Like, in terms of like a romance novel, it really was good. I really enjoyed it. I really loved reading beach reads. So yep, 4.5 if you want something nice for the summer. Emily Henry is your girl. Okay, she's your girl. And then we moved on to the world of Rebecca Yarros. Oh my lord, oh my god. So I don't have Fourth Wing because I borrowed it to a friend who's gonna start reading it. I don't know when, but she will. So I got lost in the world of the Empyrean series. Yes, of the Empyrean series. Okay, so if I tell you that the series is good and you don't believe me, it's really okay, because this series is good. This series is amazing. This series is all there is to a good series, okay? Anyway, so this series is based on Violet Sorrengail, who is, of course, she has spent her whole life preparing to be a scribe. And on the last day, just as she's about to choose which quadrant she goes into to join Basquiat, her mom is like, no, baby girl, you are going to be a writer. You are going to be a writer. You're not going to be a scribe. And she's like, but the mom is like, there is no Soren Gale that's going to be a scribe. You are going to be a writer. You go. When you go there, pick the writer's quadrant. This is an order. I'm not asking you. It is an order. Damn, the sister is like, mommy, what do you mean? No, Violet is not made for this. She did not plan for this. She did not train for any of this. Like, she's not fit to be a writer. She is fragile. We all know she grew up just breaking bones every time. Like, her bones are so fragile. Like, everything about Violet is fragile. She's tiny. She is not a writer, mom. She's not a writer. And mom was like, no, she is going to be a writer. She's going to be a writer. That is it. Okay? Me, myself, I have spoken. You are going to be a writer. So off she goes into the parapet to join the writer's quadrant. And she gets there. She's obviously the weakest link of them all, because she's not prepared. Like, I like the history of choosing which quadrant you fall under. You prepare, you plan for it. So most people that want to be writers practice, they train to be writers. So she didn't get that. Now she gets to the parapet, she gets to Basquiat, everything is crazy. Okay, she is of course breaking bones, she's getting hurt every now and again, she doesn't know how to fight, so she is basically surviving and starting everything from scratch as she gets there, which is crazy. But because she spent her whole life preparing to be a scribe, she's also very smart. Okay, she's very smart, so she uses that, and also just a little bit of, you know, most you need a little bit of like physicality as well to make it past that. But like your brain works more than anything else. Like her knowledge got her past all the tests, you know, because you go through like a series of tests when you get there before you even get to be chosen by a dragon, because a dragon chooses you, you don't choose your dragon. So you go through like a series of tests where the dragons can see you and watch you and then choose to see who. Okay, so after after Violet makes it past the parapet and gets chosen by a dragon, all of that, like she becomes this force to be reckoned with. Okay, she becomes a very strong, very resilient girl. Okay, and she's still obviously struggling because she's like years behind everybody else, but her resilience is everything, her dedication is everything. Like that girl will do anything she puts her mind and heart into, whether she does it okay, she does it according to the rules, or she kind of finds a way around the rules without entirely bending anything. So yeah, so we watch her throughout the whole books as she tries to save the Empyrean, or the continent as they call it, as she tries to save the continent from the evil venom. And yeah, her squad grows, like her squad grows as time goes on. You see them, I think, is it Rhiannon is a leader. Like you get to see her as a squad leader and what she does, how she does it. And oh, another thing that I like is, I think the Onyx Storm, yeah, in Onyx Storm, you get to see like different point of views towards the end where there's like a proper war, which I really love that, because okay, I enjoy reading a book that's written in someone's point of view, especially because in this case, like Violet knows a lot of things about the continent, what's going on and all of that, so it's really nice to read it from that point of view. But also it's nice to see what everyone is experiencing when they get to a place, you know. So towards the end there, we get to see like different point of views, how Rhiannon is doing, how Imogen is doing, how Xaden is doing. Like it was very nice, you know, to see like different point of views, what everyone is thinking, and what their dragons are kind of relaying to them as well, and their relationship with their dragons. Because as it goes, you only get to see how Violet interacts with her dragon and how Xaden interacts with his dragon. Like those are the only relationships that we get to see. But towards the end, obviously, when we're seeing the point of view of certain other people, you can see how they interact with their dragons and how strict other dragons actually are compared to like a Violet's dragon and all of that. So I really loved it. And another thing is, the ending of each and every book just makes you want to get the second book, the next book, and the next book, and the next book. So that is definitely amazing. And it's funny. It is funny, guys. It's funny. Funny in the sense of like Tyrion will crack you up. Ridak will crack you up, I tell you. Okay, I don't care how sad you are, but it has that thing, you know, the thing of making you like giggle when you're reading. Sometimes you even laugh out loud because it's so funny. So on that end, I give it all of it. The drama is amazing, the plot twist even worse. Like this book is amazing, guys. I feel like I have talked a lot about this series in the past few vlogs, and if you really want to read it, guys, pick up the book and read it. Okay, I'm not gonna give you any more spoilers, and I intentionally said that thing like if you read it then you know it's not one, but I'm not gonna say which one it is because I feel like someone spoiled it for me and I don't want to spoil it for somebody else. But if you know, you know, like the one that's not actually one but it's actually, you know which one it is. So yeah, and here we are. I think that makes it like 5 books that I've read so far, and my read for June is gonna be Midnight Library. I've had this book for a while and I've just been, I don't know, not feeling it like that. So I think I'm gonna read it in June and give you guys feedback on it. Apparently it's a very nice book. It's a very good book about stories of people trying to find themselves. Actually, let's read this together. It reads, Nora's life has been going from, oh, this is Nora too. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then, at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to a library. There, she is given the chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived, which raises the ultimate question. With infinite choices, what is the best way to live? Okay, this is nice. This is cool. This is cool. Okay, so this is gonna be my read for June, and then that's gonna wrap up my mid-year review. I'll give you guys this obviously in the next vlog. I'll tell you guys what I'm thinking of it, if I'm liking it or if I'm not. But for now, that's a wrap for this this mid-year book review. And please let me know in the comments down below, what are you guys reading this June? This winter season? What are you guys reading? Why not reading? And how are you guys feeling? Are you guys keeping warm? Because wow, it is freezing cold. Anyway, guys, until next time, thank you for watching. Love you lots. Bye. Summer is always surprising me, just a bit. It's mid-July, then it's gone.